Hey, how you doing, TikTok? First of all, I can't go live because I don't have 1,000 followers. So, of all of my followers, I wish you guys would spread me around and try to get some of your friends to get me up to 1,000 so that I can go live. But tonight, I want to talk about a guy named Ron Brown. He was a CNN correspondent back in 2001. He only became a correspondent. He was never ever had any journalist experience. Um, he only came on the day of 9/11. You never saw him before, and then after maybe a year or two after 9/11, he faded into the background, and you never saw him again. His name was Ron Brown, and he was a CIA. He already admitted he was military trained and he had so much experience in military operations and things like that. But if you go back and you look at the correspondent of this guy, he was number one Johnny on the spot. As soon as 9/11 happened, he explained everything to you. He discounted everything that was coming from the people that were on the ground that heard explosions before the planes even hit. He dismissed everything and then he told you the point of view from the government standpoint. A lot of things that I'm saying, I know I can get in trouble for them. I know I can, you know, but the day is too late and too much truth is coming out this year. And I want all of the truth to come out. And just like Cat Williams, everything, every secret is going to be unveiled this year before January the 1st or right around that time. So I want you to go look up Ron Brown. That's number one. And number two, we're going to go into some things that are happening in Hollywood. We're going to go into some things that happened with Hugh Hefner at the Playboy Mansion, where 16-year-old girls were overdosing and nobody said a word. We're going to go into Jeffrey Epstein and how they never told you another thing, and how I was one of the first people to say that he would never make it to trial. Um, we're going to go into his girlfriend, who is supposedly in prison right now, but you never heard any more from her. We're not even going to go into Puff Daddy and Jay Z and all that other stuff because you're starting to see the awakening. We're not going to go into Obama. We're not going to go into all these things. This is the great awakening. This is called the great conjunction of the planets, of the universe. Everything that's happening was written in our books that the Vatican and the museum up in New York, they took all this information away from us and they told us don't look at the stars. They took the Bible and they took some books out and they put some writings in and they conscried everything to confuse you about these times that we're living in right now. Otherwise, you would know about the weather. If you knew the things that were in those books, you would know what was going to happen play by play, day by day. You would know what's going to come next. You're starting to see things in the sky. You're starting to see a lot of things. And unfortunately, it's going to get worse before it gets better. We're going to lose a lot of people. And I'm just here to tell you a few things. And I'm not trying to save my life. And I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to basically keep people away from my family, my children, and Whatever's going to happen next, you're not going to believe it. It's going to be so wild, you're not going to believe it. And I want to say a couple of shout outs to a couple of people who are on TikTok, a couple of friends of mine who are on Facebook. I have friends in a close group, about 200 of us, but we span around the world. And we don't listen to major media from any of the countries: CNN, BBC, NSNBC, Fox. We don't listen to any of that thing. But you're about to see something that's going to happen. And people are saying, what's going to happen? Something wonderful. To take a line from the movie 2010, something wonderful is going to happen. And it's not going to be so wonderful in the beginning. It's going to be very traumatic, and you're going to see a lot of family members and friends. You're going to see a lot of people die, unfortunately. But after that, we're going to go into a new world, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be wonderful. And all of the wickedness will be cleaned away. I'm not asking you to take my word for anything. I'm just telling you, the more you research, the more you'll find out. And there's not too many books that's left on the shelf for you to find out these things that I've read back in from the 1970s and the 1960s when I was reading these things, and these books were carried over from the 1800s and encyclopedias. See, we didn't have Google back then, but you're going to find out some things that you didn't think were possible. You didn't think were you didn't think they were legible, but you're going to find out real soon. And I just want to come to you and tell you that a lot of things are going to happen. Things are going to get real sci-fi from now on. As we go into this election, which I have no idea whether it will be an election or not, but as we go into this winter solstice, you're going to see some things that you've never seen before, that nobody in your lifetime has ever witnessed before. And I pray that a lot of us will come together at the end, and we'll try to make a new, better world on the foundation of the things that will be destroyed. I love you. I have a tremendous amount of respect for the intelligent people and the people who have been hiding behind the curtains on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube. And we're going to make it through this, hopefully. And I hope that I'll see you on the other side.